Blame Truth here, and viewer, you might be asking yourself, BT, why are you leading off with Battlefield 6 gameplay in a Black Ops 7 video? Not only that, but why are you on the ground? Well, I thought moments like this in Battlefield 6 would go away once Call of Duty came out. And then I realized that Black Ops 7 is such a colossal piece of shit that I would still continue to get selfish doofus players on my team in Battlefield regardless, because no one fucking bought Black Ops 7. I'm going to show you the player numbers in a second. It's embarrassing. But yes, this is still the norm, unfortunately, in Battlefield 6. Medics literally dancing on top of your body like a mariachi band while you croon in the in-game chat to get revived. And these guys aren't new either. They were like level 80 something. So they're just fucking assholes. How about that? Regardless, I'm still going to post some Battlefield 6 gameplay because I got to be honest with you guys. I have not touched Black Ops 7. I'm sorry. I'm the COD father. I understand that. But I just have no desire to play the fucking game. I really don't. Even with the free month of Game Pass I got, I don't want to play the shitty fucking game. So while you will be feasting your eyes on some great Battlefield 6 gameplay in this video, I will be talking about Black Ops 7 and how they have completely bullshitted the community as it pertains to SBMM. This is going to be a juicy video. If you guys could drop a like on this, leave that channel support comment. This video was amazing, learned a lot. And let's get right on into the meat and potatoes because, viewer, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So let's not beat around the bush here. Let's just cut right to the chase. This launch for Black Ops 7 has been a fucking embarrassment. If we compare the Steam numbers, and do not give me that shit of no one plays Call of Duty on Steam, I'm just comparing apples to apples here. I'm comparing how this game performed to Call of Duties in years prior. And don't give me the whole Game Pass excuse either, because they just raised the price on that. You might as well buy the fucking game outright most of the time, honestly. Regardless, we see that Modern Warfare 2 had 238,522 players on launch day. MW3, which is considered one of the weaker selling CODs, had 177,881 peak players on launch day. Black Ops 6, 306,460. And Black Ops 7 had 81 fucking thousand players on launch day. That actually might be a little low. I think it might have gotten up to like 84,000. Don't quote me on that, but it was in the 80,000 ballpark range. This is not fucking good. Obviously, the numbers go down. Things are not good, but I would never predict that the game would be fucking struggling this much. Like, if we check SteamDB here, and for whatever reason, oddly enough, Steam charts has been down literally like right before Call of Duty came out. I don't know what's going on there. Very fishy, though. Incredibly fishy. I wouldn't put anything past these motherfuckers, if I'm being honest. But if we look here on SteamDB, Call of Duty finally broke into the top 10 on Sunday here, and Sundays historically are Call of Duty's highest player count days. Instead of the day of rest, these people practice the day of brain rot, I suppose, but they managed to squeak out over 100,000 peak players today, and it's all going to be downhill from here. Like, after launch, Call of Duty historically falls off a cliff in the coming weeks. They lose players like it's nobody's business. And if this is the best they can do, if the best they can do is managing a paltry 100,332 players, we are in fucking trouble here. And if you look at the Steam charts numbers from last year's Black Ops 6, you will see that we can't even break the peak player count, which is on the far right there, the last little vertical set of numbers. We cannot break the peak player count in February 2025 for a brand new launch of a Call of Duty game. Have I not been right the entire time? There's a lot of new viewers, I'm sure, that are finding the videos for the first time or whatever. Can you please tell them in the comment section, those of you who have been around for years, I have been right the entire fucking time. Every prediction, every single fucking prediction I have made has come true. And I'm sorry for yelling here. I gotta do something to keep myself awake, because when I start covering the Black Ops 7 gameplay, I am liable to fall asleep. So let me just get kind of pumped up here. Let me get kind of amped up and say, if you are new here, I have been covering all of this stuff. And I said, I predicted this years ago. I'm like, if they keep treating the player base like shit, they will eventually burn the candle at both ends and no one will play their shitty fucking games. And here we are, the worst launch by a mile in Call of Duty history. And let me tell you, I am so glad I stopped myself after that first match on Raid, and I didn't give this game the time of day because I just had a bad feeling. I knew as soon as they rug pulled us with that announcement right before launch, something like this would happen. What do I mean by like this? Well, let's show it to you right now. What they have done. Sorry guys, I'm back. That's been happening since I started covering Black Ops 7 the other day. Sometimes I'll just randomly fall asleep. If I start thinking about the game, man, I just become narcoleptic and pass out. I think my doctor mentioned something about update requires restart toxicity. Anyway, regardless, I am back and I'm going to show you what they have done, or at least what the community thinks they did. Take a look at this. 3 different people known in the COD community saying similar things. Exclusive Ace says, I'm hoping this is just launch day server overloads or something with BO7, but I'm not experiencing the near instant matchmaking times or consistent low pings that I was seeing in the beta with the open playlist. That's interesting. Nero says, there's no doubt in my mind they fucking rug pulled us. SBMM is 100% rampant in open playlists. Ghost of Hope says, starting to think that open matchmaking is not working with quick play. Go play something like Core Mosh Pit and compare. Night and day. Now, I'm not playing the game. I'm not playing Black Ops 7. I apologize again. I could play that game and tell you within, I would say, 10 matches if something was up, because I have played so much Call of Duty. I played so much X-Defiant, before SBMM, of course, Call of Duty-wise. I played Battlefield 6. Like, I know when something is there fucking with the matchmaking and when it isn't. However, I just don't have any desire to play the fucking game. So I am sorry, I cannot give you a concrete answer. But what I can do is speculate on what exactly is happening. Did I not say in a previous video at some point in time that even if they removed skill-based matchmaking entirely from the game, no one would fucking believe them? Did I not say that? Because they've done nothing but lie for the past 6 years. They've done nothing but lie and hide the truth and take shortcuts and manipulate us and screw us over. Can I get an amen there? Again, if you are new to the channel, my viewers can verify I have been saying this shit for years. It's not new to me. I knew this would be the case upon launch with this game. Whether it's there or whether it's not there, I wash my hands of it. Like, I am so stress-free, you guys have no idea. I don't have to deal with this crap. I have another first-person shooter to play with Battlefield 6. Thought about getting Arc Raiders too, just to stick it to Call of Duty twice as much. Let's buy their competitors' games and tell them to pound sand, Anyway, what I just said with the whole, this could just be people having PTSD from Call of Duty's gaslighting practices, that could be what's happening here. Although, to be completely honest, I have seen some evidence from people, and, I'm not in their matches. I can't prove what they're saying is true, but why would they say this stuff just willy-nilly? I've seen certain things that point to the fact that something is up. Check this out. Laughing my ass off, I was playing a sweaty Blackheart HP match in open playlist and left and searched the SBMM playlist for shits and giggles, and it put me in the same lobby. Want to explain that one at Treyarch? Now maybe this guy's lying to us for clout. I actually don't know who this is, so I can't vouch for them. However, there is a reply that actually backs this up. Someone replies and says, "Shit happened to me earlier, and I was so pissed." What? There's been so much discourse about it, which I'm going to show more in a second, that they had to do damage control again, and they had to send the mysterious anonymous Activision rep to Charlie Intel, who said, "An Activision rep has confirmed to us that open matchmaking with skill minimally considered is the same in quick play and all open playlists in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 MP. Strict SBMM is active only in one standard playlist, that mosh pit thing." Treyarch also had to come out and say this themselves. Like, there's so much talk about this making the rounds on social media. Treyarch reaffirms that all open playlists use open matchmaking and persistent lobbies. Quick play uses the same open matchmaking with minimally considered skill, but the combo of QP and persistent lobbies presents unique interactions that they are monitoring. What the fuck does that mean? Presents unique interactions that they are monitoring. What? That makes no sense. Paul says, "It is a lie. My wife plays with me, 0.8 KD. She plays in her open lobbies, 2.5 KD. I mean, honestly, guys, who am I going to believe here? Let's really break this down logically here. Who am I going to believe? The people saying that something's amiss here and that something's wrong. I mean, hundreds, if not thousands of people probably saying that. Or the company that has lied to me profusely. And I've covered all their fucking lies. I've covered so many lies from them. I actually made like a montage of all the times I caught them in a lie, a half-truth, a gaslighting scenario. I'll actually leave that video at the end of this one. It'll be the video on the right on the end screen if you want to check that out. They just cannot stop lying. So I'm sorry if I say this and offend anyone at Treyarch. I don't fucking believe a word you say. I don't buy anything that comes out of your mealy little mouths. I don't buy a fucking word. But wait, there's more. Peep this. I'm going to reference Nero's tweet again here. "I played for maybe 3 hours. Every match besides one was exactly like Black Ops 6. The names of players, the movement, the jump shotting, every match being insanely close, everyone being super high level. It's opening night, it's going to be sweaty. No, opening night with no SBMM means everyone should be lower leveled and not first or second prestige. There should be millions of people playing, meaning there should be a variety between matches. Organic matchmaking equals variety, and there is absolutely none. There's no doubt in my mind they did this to protect new players at launch while they're still in the refund window. Dude, I'm so mad. Yesterday was the most fun I've had in COD in years, and now we're right back to where we started." And what's interesting about Nero's theory is he has played a ton of X-Defiant just like me, a game that verifiably had no SBMM whatsoever, right? Like, he would know if something is up, just like I would know. So I'm going to trust his judgment. I've known the guy for like, 7 years now. I'm going to trust his judgment over most people's in general when it comes to the matchmaking of the game. Here's some more tweets, though, in response to him and just tweets about the matchmaking in general that I don't know, something I think is going on. This guy says, "Minimally considered." That's how they're portraying this matchmaking. Minimally considered. That is such, I mean, here's the thing. That is such a crazy scale. Who knows what they have actually done or are doing or are changing or are manipulating behind the scenes. We just cannot tell as consumers. But yes, he says minimally considered. Gives them more wiggle room to tamper with the matchmaking. How minimal? On a scale of 1 to 10 of skill consideration, is minimal 0 to 4? I played the open and closed beta. I played both playlists during beta. These matches are sweatier. I haven't run into many casuals. This guy says, "I swear my SBMM on Black Ops 7 feels insane." This guy says, "Same here. I haven't had a single lobby that's felt casual. Quick play feels like SBMM is set to the max." And considering we know for a fact that they will do experiments and change things in regards to the matchmaking without our consent to get their precious fucking data, Who knows what they're doing behind the scenes, if they're singling out certain accounts? Who knows if the people that have been contracted to play only Black Ops 7 the entire fucking week? That's a true thing that's happening, by the way. Who knows if they are whitelisted so that the game appears way easier and casual and like SBMM is off? Who knows if half the player base has a different matchmaking algorithm than the other half? No one knows what the fuck is going on. All I know is that the people giving us the information saying that things are off and everything is hunky-dory are full of shit. They've proven that time and time again over the past 6 years. But back to Nero's claims here, okay? What's super fucking interesting about what he is saying here, and he posted this November 14th, the same day I posted my gameplay. I accidentally did an experiment, and I had no idea I was doing an experiment. What am I talking about? Look at this. But, import settings. Well, sure, why not? Although, honestly, this is on my Xbox, bad matchmaking account that I used back in the day when I was trying to bypass SBMM with 2boxing and whatnot. So this is the BillyGoat57 account. So yeah, unknowingly there, I did an experiment. I played on it just happened to be linked to my Xbox account, and I'm playing on Game Pass. So I played on my reverse boosted account. It's just a really shitty KD account that I used to session join or whatever, or even just party up with for some better connections, easier lobbies, testing, what have you, back in the day when you could do that with 2boxing and whatnot. So BillyGoat57 here, for all intents and purposes, across Call of Duty has like a 0.3 KD or something like that, maybe even 0.2. I'm not exactly sure there. But when I joined this match, having not played COD in ages, easily, I mean, half of the match was me trying to figure out why my aim was so weird feeling, because they dumbed down aim assist. So I haven't played in ages. First match, random matchmaking, quote unquote, I go 31-10 easily. I get a dog as well. 3.10 KD, okay? Keep that in mind. Let's look at the levels on the enemy team, and I want to show you the pre-match levels, not the post-match levels, just for, the argument's sake here. As you can see, there are a lot of people, just like me, BillyGoat57 there, that are playing the game for the first time. I was playing this around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. EST, on November 14th. I did not do the New Zealand trick because, quite frankly, I do not give a shit enough to do that stuff. I simply do not care. But look at the levels here. I mean, we have brand new players. The highest level in the lobby are 2 level 34s here. Everyone else is either in the teens or just starting out. That is incredibly peculiar, especially when we go back and look at what Nero said. It's opening night, it's going to be sweaty. No, opening night with no SBMM means everyone should be lower leveled and not first or second prestige. He is absolutely right. There should be millions of people playing, meaning there should be variety between matches. Organic matchmaking equals variety, and there is absolutely none. And there is more that backs this up. This guy on Twitter says, you don't have to be a classified CIA agent to tell that SBMM is in full force in the open playlist in Black Ops 7. Here's one quote-unquote chill experience according to Treyarch. I smell lawsuit time for false advertising. And looking at this lobby, yeah, this is weird. This is incredibly odd. Nero also pointed out in his video yesterday that he was one of only 4% of people to reach Prestige 1 at that time. And he got that during the day on November 15th, okay? You're following me? This tweet on November 15th, 5:59 a.m., so basically November 14th, if we're being honest here, EST, by the way. This tweet shows that there's a lot of people in first prestige, even one in second prestige. DS Customs or whatever. What a fucking virgin, by the way, you are, my friend. I mean, I think it's safe to assume that maybe at this time, only 3% of the entire COD Black Ops 7 multiplayer population had reached first prestige, and this guy matched with this many people. Something ain't mathin', man. If it smells like shit, it looks like shit, it's fucking shit. Something is up here. Something is up, and I would love to see data guys like Exclusive Ace or Drifter test this stuff out. I could be wrong, and this could just be some crazy coincidence. It could be even that the crappy players played earlier in the day and they're like, I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm going to the skill-based matchmaking protected little Timmy bracket in the, closed off standard matchmaking mosh pit or whatever. But I don't know. I personally do not buy that. From what I have seen, from the one match I played, I get small sample size. From the one match I played, people playing the game for the first time, no one was even close to prestiging. And then, in the same span of like several hours, other people are showing full lobbies of Prestige 1 people, even Prestige 2 people. What are the odds of that? Something is fucked up and they are doing something behind the scenes. I'm calling it. And trust me, I know I could experiment myself. I could play more on my BillyGo57 account. However, truth be told, I do not care enough to do that. Why in the hell would I sit there like a guinea pig? I've been a guinea pig for these fucking assholes for the past 6 years. Why in my free time would I sit there on a game I don't like very much, if at all, especially after seeing this? Why would I sit there and do that when I could just be playing Battlefield 6, when I could be playing Arc Raiders, when I could be playing Super Metroid on my Super Nintendo that I got off Facebook Marketplace for $100 fucking bucks? True story, by the way. Why would I do any of that when I could just play good games and not have to deal with this mess? You guys don't know how relaxing it is not having to play this garbage. I mean, I barely played it in the past several years anyway, but not having to play it at all, just giving my first impression, one match and I'm done, is so relaxing because I have other stuff to play and give you guys background gameplay for the videos, Guys, I'm out of time, though. What do you think is going on? What are your thoughts? What are your theories? What are your experiences playing the game? Are you having an easy time, a hard time, what have you? What's going on here? Regardless, though, I am going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. And I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.